Hey guys, so I know it's been a minute, but I wanted to come on because I'm doing some pretty cool things and I wanted to just share that with you guys. Oh, let me put my car in park because that could be bad. You guys could watch me get into an accident, be witnesses for someone else. Um, so anyway, I haven't been on here in a while, but I wanted to come on and record a video. I am excited to say that I have been kind of busy because I'm starting a new business. It's an enrichment program for children. And I'm really excited about that. I got a great opportunity to sublease a space. And so I just went ahead and launched. And that was really, really cool how it worked out. And so a few months back, I may have posted a video. I'm not sure if I did, but I definitely recorded some videos. But you know how that goes. So um, I was talking to you guys about just really wanting to go and follow my dreams and really wanting to get into doing other things with my life, because right now I'm in a corporate job and it's so not my thing. I'm a very creative person, and so sitting at a desk all day drains me, like it's exhausting. And so I went one day during my lunch break. I walked down to a store that's close by and I bought some composition notebooks. I bought two composition notebooks and I just filled those notebooks with my dreams. One was just like a random idea book, and one was a book specifically for this enrichment program that I was dreaming up. And so I just started filling it with ideas and how I wanted it to run and what my mission statement was, and just doing research on that and planning. I was planning on possibly launching in my house at some time in the future, but I didn't have a concrete date. And so periodically I would look around at buildings where they would say for lease. And so I started calling some places, and there's one spot that I would love to have for my business. Is right down the street from my home, and it's a large space, and businesses don't tend to stay there, so they'll come and they'll be there for a few months and then they'll be gone. And I don't know whether they're just going out of business or whether they're moving, but they don't stay there, and I'm assuming it's because the rent is high for the area. Maybe they're not getting enough traffic. I don't really know the reasons. All I know is that they don't stay there. So it had become available again, and I was looking into it, and so I just stopped and got the phone number and I called the guy, and he wanted $1,200 a month for the space. And so I was talking to a friend of mine, and she was saying, well, Gina, why don't you try to do like a co-op thing where you could get the space, but then you could let other people use the space. And it didn't really make sense to me then, the way that she was explaining it. I didn't understand how it would work and what have you. And so she was like, well, what you can do is run some comps. So look for businesses in the same area that are leasing spaces and see how much they're charging, so you can tell if that's like a fair price. And so that's what I did, and I ended up on Craigslist, and there was a listing for leasing a space in the same area for $600 a month. And so I was like, okay. So I sent the email to that person. It was a sublease situation, and when I met her, it turned out that we actually attended the same church. We had never seen each other before, or not, like, we didn't recognize each other. But I was just telling her that I teach dance at my church, and I said the name of my church, and she goes, oh my gosh, I go to that church too. So that was cool, and I saw the space and I loved it. And what she actually does is she leases spaces to, she uses the space for herself, but she also leases the space to people who are just starting their businesses. And so it's kind of mutually beneficial because she gets some income from that, and the people who lease from her get to use a space for a lot cheaper maybe than what it would cost for them to do it themselves or whatever. So she ended up leasing the space to me for $200 when it was all said and done. Originally it was like a $300, and then she actually came back and was like, you know what, since you're really just starting out, you could just pay me $275 a month. So she leased it to me for $275, and I had this space for 3 months. And I had 2 students, which was cool. Well, 3 if you count my own child that came. But it was okay for just starting out, and it was a great learning experience, and I'm so happy. But had I not been like tracking what I wanted to do in these notebooks that cost me like 50 cents, I don't think I would have been prepared to jump on that. And so I'm grateful for the opportunity, because it was such a good deal that I couldn't really justify passing it up. And so I kind of just had to start. And so now my lease is up, or her lease is up, and the space is no longer available to sublease. And so I'm in transition, and I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do with that. But I'm definitely planning on doing something during the summer, and then launching again with regular classes in the fall. And I'm excited about it. And so I have a lot of things to get ready. I have to get my home ready, because the plan right now is to just move everything to my house, and do things from my home until I can really afford, till I get enough business where I can afford to justify renting a space. But I have other ideas as well, so we'll see what happens with that. But it's just so exciting. And so that's what's happening with the business venture. And one of the reasons why I'm excited about the business venture is because my husband and I have finally gotten on the same page financially. We have struggled with seeing eye to eye on our finances for probably as long as we've been married. And things have gone wonky, and I'm going to talk to him and see. I'm trying to convince him to come on here and do a video with me. And I definitely want to talk to him in depth before I say much more about our situation. But the basic concept is we have decided to become debt free. Like, we are on a mission to become debt free. We're doing Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University, and we are just set to and determined to figure this out and get all of our debts paid off. And I personally have a massive amount of student loan debt. Like, it's ridiculous. I went to state school for undergrad, but for my master's, I went to a private university, and my student loans are so astronomical. It's so ridiculous. Like, you could probably buy a house for what I owe in student loans. And so, yeah, it's not good, and it's very stressful, and we want to do away with that. And one of the ways that we are trying to attack that is by leveraging our skills. My husband, he's an automotive technician, and so he's been doing a lot of side jobs, and I am trying to utilize my creativity and doing this side business. But I also am using my art. I'm an artist, so I paint, and I've been trying to sell some of my art pieces. I really do art for myself, but I have an art journal with things that people are buying. Like, I went and got copies of my art journal and have been selling like little postcards, and maybe I'll show you one later on. But really trying to leverage those things that are already desires of mine to do, to create more income, so that we can really attack this debt and get out of it as soon as possible. And I'd love to come back on here and share more concrete goals with you. But for right now, I just wanted to let you guys know, because I want to go through this process on YouTube and share that with you, because I don't see a lot of people who are starting from the very beginning. I did find a YouTuber, I think it's Live Like No One Else. I think that's what they're called. I'm not sure, but I'll put it in the description box. I'll link to them. But they've actually just completed their debt-free journey, and so I could go back and rewatch their videos. I wish I had been there from the beginning, but other than that, I don't know of anybody that's just starting their debt-free journey that I can watch do it with me. And we're doing the at-home kit just because our schedules are so wonky. So it would be cool to have a community on YouTube that is doing it with us. And also, it would be cool if we could inspire other people to get out of debt, especially with the massive amount of student loan debt that I have. When I finish this, like, it will be an inspiration to a lot of people, because it's just, you shouldn't have that much student loan debt. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys. I want you to tell me if you're interested in completing a debt-free journey, and I want you to tell me what you plan on doing to make that possible for yourself. So leave a comment, subscribe, so you can keep up to date with what's going on with us. And like I said, when I speak with my husband, I hope to come back with more detail and more information, so we can kind of share this journey together. And that's it. And so I want to show you guys. Look at my doodles. Can you see? I love to doodle. It makes me happy. Anyway,